All right, what is up, guys? Just out here for a quick test ride on the 390 Adventure out here at Pleasant Valley in Boise, Idaho. It's a morning ride because we're averaging over 100 degrees for like this couple of weeks, and right now it's probably like 80. But anyway, so yesterday I got some HYPERPRO fork springs. I didn't film any of the installation. It was pretty straightforward. I used ADV Matt's video. So you just pull the forks off, pop off the top cap, then you gotta like pull the spacers down and stick a 22 millimeter wrench on the retaining nut to get the top cap off. Wrench I just got on Amazon. You just need a thin wrench. It was like 10 bucks. Getting everything back together, it was pretty hard because you have to, because the new springs are longer and they don't list the weight, but they feel stiffer, a little stiffer. They're progressive springs. To get the top cap back on, I had to pull the spacers down with both hands, and then I had my son take the wrench and slide it onto the retaining nut while I was holding the spacers. That was the only way that I could figure out how to do it. So yeah, I've got the fork springs installed. You can see I've already got the nice CNC fork extenders. These are a game changer because they just raise the front of the bike up, which gives you more rake. And so it makes the front of the bike a lot more stable, and it makes it feel lighter when you're riding off-road, especially like through whoops and stuff. Those are a must-do if you ride off-road. And so the reason why I'm trying the fork springs is because once your pace picks up off-road, again, especially through whoops, or even if you like just hit a bump or a rock wrong, the forks bottom out really easy at a certain speed. Like 2 weeks ago, we were riding single track up in the mountains, and you know, we're riding in a line, so it's dusty, and I was last in line, and I couldn't see everything perfectly clear, and I hit either a dip or a whoop or something, and it bottomed out so hard I thought I broke my wheel. I was like, oh, that's it, I'm done. But that's just how hard it bottomed out. So I got the springs in. I don't really know what to expect. So we're just gonna go for a ride out here in Pleasant Valley, find some whoops, maybe a little jump or two, and we'll see how they do. Always got to wear the goggles, because when you're riding off-road, you're not going fast enough to get ventilation with the shield down. Ooh, it's getting warm. All right, let's go. I can already tell that the front of the bike is a little bit taller, which is nice. Makes the standing position a little more comfortable. All right, let's see if I can figure out where I'm going. Oh, it already feels better. Oh, nice. Like I need to be in third gear. I never hit third gear in whoops. Oh, this is so nice. Ooh, man. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to go. that desert. So just going through those whoops in the beginning, that felt amazing. So normally what happens, because mind you, I'm a pretty big guy. I weigh like 235 pounds before gear. So normally what happens when you're riding through whoops in the 390 is the stroke and the forks, it just like blows through the stroke, so they pack up and you don't have any suspension travel. Like even if they're not bottoming out, it's like the forks are just packing up too fast, and so you don't have any control over the whoops. And already these new springs, it's I feel like I'm riding a dirt bike. The new springs plus the fork extenders, whew, that already felt better. I'm so stoked right now. I don't think there's any jumps here or anything. We're gonna go to the second playground. Whew. Oh, this is sick. What? Oh, this is amazing. Oh, that would have bottomed out for sure. Oh, it's so soft. Even the steering, just like the front end just tracks better, probably because the wheel's more in contact with the ground. It's just like, dude, the whoops, the difference in the whoops is massive. Like, you're not having to work the bars as hard because the suspension is now doing the work for you. And I think that's going to save me a lot of energy. Oh, this is sick. I don't even need to ride much longer because it's getting too hot. Should I do the sand wash? Let's go do the sand wash. Too bad there's no trees in the desert. Shade would be great. Here's a sand wash. See how it does. Oh, I forgot my traction controls on. Where did I collect? Dude, it feels like a dirt bike. Come on, baby. Oh, that was my bad. I should have turned the traction control off. pretty much all I need to know. So we're gonna head back to the parking lot, air up, and I get to spend the rest of the day in the air conditioning playing video games. Not enough contrast in the dirt. Alright, what is up guys? Just aired back up, getting ready to head home because it's getting way too hot out here. If you couldn't tell by my reaction, I'm blown away. These fork springs, they're a game changer. Just riding through the whoops and the rough stuff, it makes it so much easier. And I mean, look at the bottom out bands or whatever the heck they're called. There's a few times where I would have bottomed out before and I have about an inch left. And yeah, definitely, there were so many times I would have bottomed out with the stock springs. So I would say the HYPERPRO Springs and the nice CNC fork extenders, must have. Those are two must-have upgrades if you are serious about riding off-road, you know, along with like flat pegs. It's just a game changer. Like, I've never felt like I've had to go up to third gear riding through whoops, because usually I'm just trying to basically just stay on the bike because the forks, they blow through the stroke so fast on the stock springs. And there I was able to assume more of an attack position and just let the bike do the work. Even in the sand wash, like, I forgot to turn off my traction control, but the sand wash, I got to the point where the front end was just like kind of floating over the bumps. So yeah, that was definitely a good purchase. I think they were like 170 bucks. Took me about an hour to install with basic tools. Like I said, you just need that thin 22 millimeter wrench, and you need a big enough wrench to take off the top cap. I actually just used channel locks. Like, they weren't torqued down at all. So it was easy to break them off once I pulled the tubes out of the clamps. I also repacked my exhaust last weekend because it was getting way too loud, and that's working out pretty well. Knocked out some of the dings because it was beat to heck. But yeah, guys, fork springs, HYPERPRO fork springs, nice CNC fork extenders, must have upgrade if you're serious about off-road. And again, I followed ADV Matt's video on doing the install, so I'll link that in the description. If you guys have any questions or complaints, post them in the comments. All right, thanks for watching.